Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Matt Kramer back to the stage.
I hope you all are enjoying the evening tonight. At the heart of the Catholic Foundation rests our team's effort to connect donors with their charitable passions. Many of our supporters share their talents and they help us to be a strong foundation. Two special friends of the foundation have beautifully served as our dinner chairs for this evening. Irma and Alfredo Duarte, sweethearts who recently celebrated their 41st wedding anniversary, have led our award dinner committee with style and grace. Please welcome them to the stage as we thank them for their leadership. He's dragging you around.
I tell you.
Sorry, I'm dragging you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Alfredo Duarte and Irma Duarte. And yes, 41 years, you believe that? She was turning 18 years old, I was turning 19 when we got married. December 24. The reason we married December 24 is because we didn't have a penny. So we tag along the dinner at my father-in-law's house that night. So quite often I ask her, how in the world you marry a guy that didn't have a car, a house, or anything? She said, when you planned the wedding, I knew you had potential. But anyway, you know, I'm going to tell you a little story how I end up here because quite often I ask myself how I'm here. So about 6 years ago, I got this gentleman that said, you know what, you need to serve in the Catholic Foundation as trustee. And it's one of those guys that doesn't take no for an answer. And that guy is Raul, you know. So if it was good for the foundation, great. If it wasn't, blame him. Not me. But anyway, going through the foundation and everything has been such a wonderful thing for me and for my family. We have met such a wonderful people, good-hearted people that does make the difference in this city and do such great things, and the people that leave their money to the foundation to continue to do the work, you know. And so it is. At the end of this, my term in December, I was thinking, you know, it's a lot more that I take with me than what I brought into the foundation. And I feel that way. And tonight, it's an honor for Irma and I to be the chairs for this wonderful dinner, celebrating Raul. Raul is one of my mentors. 15 years ago, I was sitting in my house watching the news, minding my own business, and he got me involved in one of his projects. You know, and he has not let me escape since then. So, compadre, I love you. We love you. And continue. You and your family are unbelievable. A lot of respect for you. So, just to end this, I want to thank the committee that put this thing together. We got the easy job. Everybody and I got the easy job. We got the share, but we didn't do nothing. It's like the committee is the people that did this, and the Catholic Foundation. I have to thank Cheryl, Linda, Michael, Carol. And I know I'm not naming everybody, but those people, they're day in and day out putting this thing together. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Irma and Alfredo, thank you so much for all your dedication and hard work, and thank you for your support of the Catholic Foundation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Each year at the award dinner, we celebrate excellence in Catholic education. The Catholic Foundation conducts a scholarship competition among our Catholic high school's junior students. For the past 21 years, we've honored one student each year with the Catholic Foundation Scholars Award. This year, in honor of a man fully dedicated to his faith and community, we have renamed this scholarship the Hal Tehan Scholar Award. Hal was an integral part of the Catholic Foundation for many years as executive director and development director and as a donor. He also received the Catholic Foundation Award in 1997. Hal passed away in March of 2018. And our Board of Trustees felt it fitting that this prestigious scholarship be renamed in his memory. And we're pleased to have members of the Tehan family here with us tonight. For the competition, each of our 8 Catholic high schools submits one nomination based upon academic achievement, community and church involvement, leadership, and an essay illustrating what their Catholic education means to them. Nominees are evaluated by a panel of foundation trustees and advisory council members. Each nominee receives a $500 scholarship towards their senior year tuition. And the winning Hal Tehan Scholar receives a $5,000 scholarship. Last year's recipient, Johnny De La Cruz from Cistercian Preparatory School, who plans to attend Rice University in Houston, joins us with his family tonight. I heard a whoop over here, so Johnny's over there. Our 2019 Hal Tehan Scholar is a junior at Cristo Rey Dallas College Prep. He is first in his class. His name is Gerard Cardenas. He was elected student body president his sophomore year and again his junior year because his peers recognize his integrity, commitment, and extraordinary work ethic. Gerard excels while remaining humble. He regularly plays drums at Mass and for his peers' theater and music performances. He recently co-organized the first ever fine arts exhibition on campus to share and celebrate his classmates' gifts. He is both the voice of his peers and an old soul. His nomination letter read, "Gerard is that rare combination of academic excellence, artistic expression, faithful values, and dignified leadership that Catholic schools pray all students will become." Gerard represents the pinnacle of what Catholic schools hope to accomplish. Please join me in congratulating this year's Hal Tehan Scholar, Gerard Cardenas. Congratulations.
Well, so thank you so much. Thank you very much for that ovation. Good evening, everyone. In the first grade, I was well contented with the school I was attending, a small independent schoolhouse in Mesquite, Texas. So when my father informed me that I was moving to another school called St. Pius X Catholic School, I became perturbed. My 6-year-old self could not comprehend the need to transfer to another school questioning why I needed a Catholic education if the one I was receiving was ample. I have grown to realize, though, that nothing has been more influential to my values and my character than my Catholic education, and it is because of these values that I am able to overcome life's many obstacles. A key aspect of Catholic schools is a rigorous academic curriculum, and St. Pius and Cristo Dallas are no exception to that. Their curricula have challenged me to stretch beyond my abilities, comfort zone, and limitations, while also testing my patience and requiring my perseverance. Consequently, I have developed a variety of skills, as well as a strong work ethic and a growth mindset. These are attributes that will be very advantageous for my future, and I only acquired them through the high demands and expectations that Catholic schools have set for me. Catholic schools have also extended to me many chances to lead, serve, and live out my faith. This comes in the integration of prayer and Mass, offerings to partake in the sacraments like reconciliation, and invitations to participate in service projects and retreats. This is exclusive to Catholic schools, and these opportunities have helped me become closer to God. Because I feel closer to God, I feel more fulfilled as a human being made in His image and likeness. Also instrumental in my journey to becoming closer to God are the caring and supportive people that I have met in Catholic schools, from fellow students to teachers and administrators. Everyone that I have met through my years at St. Pius X and Cristo Dallas have been especially kind and supportive of me, and it is because of their support and encouragement that has helped me to persevere and do my best in school and everyday life. Being raised in Catholic schools has instilled me the values that I hold dear. Among these values include to love one another and treat everyone with respect, that success is found through failure and the support of other people, and that we were created with a mission that is unique to us and unrepeatable. Not only do these instruct what I do every day, but they also help me persevere through a family predicament that has defined my life since its inception. I was born into an unstable family. My parents came here after eloping in the Philippines, and I was raised with my grandfather, whom my mother deplored for his unfavorable qualities and actions in the past. Although he was really great to me, my parents argued endlessly over my grandfather throughout my life. This continued until my parents finally decided to pursue a divorce, which came as a complete surprise to me. I was in the middle of it all, juggling my responsibilities to support my parents and sustain my younger brother's childhood, while also handling my own emotions and responsibilities at school and to friends. Although I employed the values that I stated before given to me by my Catholic education to persist. Thus, I can say with complete confidence that being in a Catholic school is definitely part of God's mission for me. The theme of National Catholic Schools Week, which was a few weeks ago, is to learn, serve, lead, and succeed. My Catholic education has undoubtedly fostered my learning, taught me to serve, given me the opportunity to lead, and put me on the path to success. I cannot be more grateful for God's gift of a Catholic education. So I would just like to say that it is a true honor to receive the Tehan Scholarship Award in his honor. I thank you very much all and have a blessed evening.
Good job. Yeah, just a second, hang this. We got people standing for you. Yeah. Here, let's take this and put this behind her. There you go. Gerard, congratulations, and know that the Catholic Foundation is here behind you, supporting you as you pursue your dreams. So thank you so much. We are blessed in the Catholic Diocese of Dallas to have such a holy, faithful, compassionate, and welcoming shepherd. Please join me in welcoming Bishop Edward Burns to the stage. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Matt, thank you so much. And also, thank you for all that you do. with the Catholic Foundation, the way that you help to lead the wonderful staff at the foundation. Of course, I want to say thanks to Cheryl and everyone else who did such a wonderful job. All the details of this evening. What a beautiful, beautiful event. Catholic Foundation is a true blessing to the Diocese of Dallas. The wonderful ways in which Catholic Foundation has provided many generous gifts to the Catholic community, and it's because of the generous people, many of whom are here in this room. The charitable giving that goes through Catholic Foundation is truly, for us, an opportunity in which we advance the gospel message and the mission of our Lord Jesus Christ. The way in which our schools, our parishes, are able to sustain themselves through the wonderful grants and gifts of the Catholic Foundation. And allow me to say that this year, it's a blessing to see how Catholic Foundation has continued to fortify the Diocese of Dallas. You are aware that these have been difficult days within the church. Just over the past week and a half, the Catholic Foundation, through the names of Mark Lyons and Matt Kramer, wrote to every priest of the diocese on behalf of the Catholic Foundation in this diocese, offering their support for them. And I just want to say thank you so much for that wonderful, wonderful gift of supporting our priests. For through that, it's truly identified Catholic Foundation strengthens us in all that we need to do. And in it, it's a blessing to be here to celebrate the 37th annual Catholic Foundation's dinner. This is my third opportunity to be here and to celebrate this dinner. And tonight I bring with me two classmates from my seminary days. From Mount St. Mary's Seminary in Emmitsburg, Maryland, I have Father Jim Torpy and Father Pat Lamb from the Diocese of Allentown, who are here sitting at the diocesan table. They are wonderful friends from my seminary years, from 1979 to 1983, when we were ordained, me for the Diocese of Pittsburgh and they for the Diocese of Allentown. While they are wonderful priests, my friends, I want to tell you, do not believe a word they say. I was a perfect student in seminary. However, my friends, let me tell you, ahora estoy el estudiante perfecto en mi clase de español. Two days a week from the Chancery Building, I walk over to Holy Trinity Grade School and I take Spanish class. And yes, I sit in the little chair, in the little desk, and it's a one-on-one with mi maestra, Señora Marta Muñoz. And she is muy paciencia con este obispo, all right? Well, I have to say that during one of those classes that I was sitting there, and of course the other classes are filled, while I'm going one-on-one with my teacher, we had a fire drill. I handled it well. I formed the most perfect single foul line. I have to say that Raul and Carmen have been so supportive in Este Obispo Gringo, learning Spanish. And at the same time recognizing the great gift of the Hispanic community to the Church of the Diocese of Dallas. My love, care, and concern as their shepherd prompts me all the more to do what is necessary to shepherd the entire diocese, all of us, with all our different cultures, in order to encounter our Lord Jesus Christ. And through it, I recognized in being here in the Diocese of Dallas, there was a need to establish an immigration task force. And it was at that opportunity to form such a task force, I asked Raul to be a part of it, along with a number of others. And indeed did I come to know the great gifts, passion, dedication, and commitment with which he does his work. Through that process, did we have an opportunity to establish a Be Golden program in which we live out the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And it's an opportunity for us to live out Matthew 25. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was naked, and you clothed me, homeless, and you sheltered me. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. We recognize that our God is an immigrant God, that our God had to immigrate from the divine to the human and had to cross that border in order to become one of us, in order to save us. And then in infancy, Joseph took the child and his mother Mary and had to cross another border into Egypt. Of course, our God is an immigrant God, and that we welcome the stranger as we would welcome Christ himself. And Raul and all the others on that immigration task force are so filled with that message of the gospel. What I find in Raul is that he has what is necessary to carry the Be Golden movement forward, because Raul, he has a heart of gold. And that heart of gold is what really fuels him to help so many. And I have to say, Raul, there's no doubt in my mind, you are such a gift to your lovely wife, Carmen, a lovely gift to your wonderful, beautiful family. You are a wonderful gift to this Catholic Foundation community. You are a wonderful gift to the Diocese of Dallas. Thank you so much for all that you do. God's blessings to you and to your loved ones, and congratulations.
Thank you, Bishop. Great job. Thank you, Bishop Burns. Thank you for your leadership and for your support of the foundation. Mark Lyons, who joined the Catholic Foundation Board of Trustees in 2014, was elected chairman last year and will serve in that capacity through 2020. Mark and his wife, Georgia, attend All Saints Catholic Church and are wonderful ambassadors of the Catholic Foundation. We are extremely grateful for all of their years of support. Mark has served as vice chairman and chairman of the investment committee. He has also been a member of the audit and administration, development, and governance committees. His business career spanned 45 years in the oil and gas industry in various positions and for many well-known companies. The knowledge, expertise, and passion that Mark brings to the role of chairman will help propel the foundation to even greater heights in our community during the coming years. Please join me in welcoming Mark Lyons.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. As the newly elected chairman of the Catholic Foundation, I'm pleased to welcome all of you here to celebrate the Catholic community in Dallas. So sit back, relax, be inspired by some of the great stories we're going to hear in just a little bit. Echoing Mac and the bishop's remarks, thanks to everybody who had anything to do with putting this great event together. Everything is just wonderful, and particular thanks to the staff of the foundation. They do such a great job pulling this together. The Catholic Foundation has acknowledged or had recognized many amazing people and families over the last 36 years. But this year, we continue that tradition. Raul Estrada adds much to that list. Many possess gifts, time, talent, but not everybody shares those gifts. Raul is a shining example of a true servant leader. Raul, thank you for being who you are. I have been asked to mention a few ways the Catholic Foundation might assist people in their charitable giving. It's a continued honor for Georgia, my wife and I, to utilize the foundation as they support us in our charitable endeavors. George and I, along with many others in this room, have been able to make a long-term plan for our charitable giving, utilizing assets and plans that the foundation has. Why did we choose to use the foundation for our charitable giving? When we established a donor-advised fund, we set aside funds that we could use for charitable giving over time, but we also enhanced our gift by the opportunity to let those gifts grow beyond what the initial amounts. When the foundation invests the assets that we've provided them, along with the assets of other folks, it creates money that we can hand out into the community by way of grants. Last year, as if you guys were watching the scroll up here, the foundation awarded 2,000 grants, over $22 million to 650 different organizations. It's truly the gift that keeps on giving. So we really don't give to the foundation, we give through the foundation. We give through the foundation because we trust the folks that are involved in the foundation to be good stewards of our assets. We give through the foundation because it's easy and convenient. We can even request a grant over the internet. We give through the foundation because the staff is knowledgeable and helpful. We give through the foundation because we have the flexibility to recommend very specific directions for the assets that we have in our donor-advised fund. Another ability the foundation affords us is a legacy gift. You know, the foundation can execute your philanthropic wishes over a long period of time, if you wish, after your mission on earth is ended. Or you may choose to give through the foundation for your current charitable endeavors to a parish or a school or any other organization you may find dear to your heart. In addition to donor-advised funds, the Catholic Foundation has many other tools that are available to help all of you with your charitable endeavors. And when you leave this evening, there's going to be a gift packet in your car, and one of the items in that packet will be a card that has contact information for folks on the staff. If you have any questions or are interested in pursuing some of the things that the foundation can do to help you accomplish your charitable endeavors, please give them a call. Over the last 5 years while serving on the Board of Trustees, I've had an opportunity to meet many of the folks that we provide grants to and many of the teachers who have received our Work of Heart Awards. So much good work being done in our Catholic community that we can be so proud of. It is truly an honor to be surrounded by so many of you that generously share your time, your talent, and your treasure to make our world a better place. We invite you and others already active in the Catholic Foundation to enhance your your charitable giving along with other like-minded individuals. The results multiply. And as Matt said a little bit earlier, together we create a strong foundation. Okay, we're here tonight to celebrate an individual who is exceptionally worthy of the Catholic Foundation Award. His unselfish service to the Catholic community, from what I can understand, knows no bounds. Not only the Catholic community, but the general community of Dallas. Raul Estrada is our 37th honoree. We'll learn a little bit more about him in just a second. By tradition, the Catholic Foundation allows our award winner to award a recommend a $10,000 grant to a charity of his choice. Raul has chosen two charities to receive $5,000 each. One is the Catholic Foundation of Dallas, which Raul sits on their board, and the other is Cristo School, where Raul is a founding board member. Here to accept the awards, of the grants are Dave Woodyard, President and CEO of Catholic Charities, and Kelby Woodard, say that 3 times fast, President of Cristo Rey College. Gentlemen, college prep. David, thank you.
Thank you.
Kelby, congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. It is now my honor to introduce Raul's lifelong friend and mentor to make his introduction. Please welcome Kirk Dooley. Sir.
I need to remind everybody that in the event that Raul Estrada starts turning blue and he keels over onto the ground, do not attempt CPR. Just take off his tie and he'll be fine. Those who know him know it's a miracle that we got him in a tie tonight. There's a very good chance that this will be the last time in his life he ever wears a tie. So, Raul, you look pretty good, and I'm glad that you're not choking. Because in my heart, I know he is. Now, I met Raul when I was 23 years old. I ran a moped store on Oak Lawn with a creative name of Oak Lawn Mopeds. He was a little kid hanging around the moped shop, and we loved having him hang out. And at one point, he came up to me and said, "Hey, do you think I could work here?" I go, "Sure." He was going to Bishop Lynch at the time, and he said he was 16, but I found out later he was 13. Works every time. So I said, "Yeah, here's what we'll do. You come over after school, do some work on the mopeds, and then come every Saturday, and we'll pay you X amount. We'll give you a check every week, and we'd love to have you here." And he goes, "Well, could you not pay me until you owe me $600? And then at that point, pay me." I go, "Yeah, we could do that. Why do you want to do that?" And he goes, "Well, it's kind of a long story, but I don't have a dad. My mom doesn't get out much. She doesn't speak English. And her only activity really is to listen to Hispanic radio and watch television. My mom doesn't have a color TV. I want to buy her a color TV. And if you pay me every week, I will spend the money before I can buy the TV. I go, yeah, okay, we'll wait till we get to $600. So he walked out. I have a new employee. I sat there, and I vividly remember right now how stunned I was then, because that is the first time in my life I've met someone who was so disciplined that he realized how undisciplined he is. Know thyself. And he went on, and a few weeks later, took his mom a brand new color TV, and that is the best example I can give of his heart. And this is when he was 13 years old. Let's give him a round of applause for that. He went on and took care of his mom all through her life, and when he and Melly got married, her name is Carmen, but we call her Melly. When they got married, Raul's mom moved in with him, and Raul took care of her, and then they built the really big house over in Kessler Park, and he built a room for his mother, and it was the neatest thing to watch a boy take care of his mom the way he did. And I will never forget the look in her eye of pride in a son. It was really one of the things I'll never forget, how Raul took care of his mom his whole life, her whole life. So we worked together, and Jim Maroney and I opened a video store. It was the first video store in Texas that rented video movies. It was cutting edge at the time. It was so ahead of its time that it was illegal. At one point, we got a visitor from the FBI to explain to us that you cannot rent movies. So we hung on until they passed a law that you could rent movies, and that's when Blockbuster and all their cousins came in. Well, in the meantime, Raul worked with us. He continued to work with me on every business that I had since then. Homesick Texan newspaper, Texas National News, Texas Trivia board game, Texas Taxi limousine service, Las Colinas News, and Park Cities People. Every one of those businesses I started when I was in my 20s, and Raul worked with me on every single one. And we went from being friends to brothers. I was the older brother he never had. He was the younger brother I never had. And together, we accomplished a lot and caused a lot of trouble. About the time he was ready to leave high school, I said, "What are you going to do?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to be a waiter." I go, "Well, yeah, you'd be a great waiter, but you also have a lot more potential. You could own your own place." And he goes, "Well, I don't know if I could do that. I just want to be a waiter." I go, "You need to go to college." And he goes, "Well, that's not on my radar screen." I go, "No, really, you need to go for maybe a couple of years, and you need to kind of get away from home. You need to get away from your mom a little bit, and then when you come back, you'll be more grown up. You'll be a young man at that point." He goes, "We don't have any money. It's never going to happen." And I went, "Yes, it is, because I'm going to pay your way through college." And he was stunned, and I was kind of stunned because I didn't have any money. He said, "That'll be great. Let's do it." So I ultimately borrowed some money from my brother, and we paid his way through Texas Tech. He went a couple of years, came back, became a waiter, and I'm here to tell you that when he came back, he was a young man, and he really did make great money as a waiter at the mansion on Turtle Creek. Not a bad start. Well, he became a captain and made more money than that. Then he started catering on the side, and he would hire his buddies from the mansion who were off that night to work for him. Quinceañeras, birthdays, and he was making more money than he was at the mansion. And a machine is emerging. And so he comes to me finally, he goes, well, I got some money together, and I finally am ready to open up my own place. But I need your help. I go, I'll do anything I can to help you. He goes, I found a location. I want to rent it, but the guy will not sign a lease because I'm just a little guy. And I need you to talk him into it. So I go, let's go. So we get a meeting. I think his name was Mr. Carnes. So Raul and I meet with Mr. Carnes, who's a nice Jewish real estate guy, very pleasant person. And I go up to him, and we all three sit there, and I go, Mr. Carnes, my name is Kirk Dooley. I am a Highland Park investor. I don't invest in things, I invest in people. This young man right here has caught my attention. I think he's going to make himself a lot of money. I think he's going to make me some money, and I think he can make you some money. What I need you to do is to feel comfortable enough to give him this lease, and I want you to know that you can call me anytime there's a problem. And he goes, well, that's the assurance I need. Pulls out a lease, signs it, hands it to Raul. This is for an old Skillerns. And for those of you who have never heard of that, it's an old CVS, huge building. And he signed a 10-year lease for $1.75 a foot, which is almost robbery. So he signed the lease, we walk out, the door closes, and Raul goes, you are so full of it. That's not exactly what he said. And I said, hey, I never lied. I am from Highland Park. Well, actually, University Park. But I went to Highland Park High School, so I can say I'm from Highland Park. I am an investor. I've just never hit $100 level yet. And he can call me anytime he wants to. I'm glad he didn't. I said, Raul, if he had asked for my financial statement, he would have thrown both of us out of his office. So he signs a lease, he starts. 2 or 3 years later, Raul's doing so well that he buys the building from Mr. Carnes. Then he uses Mr. Carnes as his real estate guy to open up other places. And over the course of a few years, he winds up with 10 locations, and he is doing great with Las Renitas, Los Cepitos, and is doing so well that I can't even believe it. I'm so proud of him. When Mr. Starnes became his real estate guy, I saw how excited Mr. Carnes was working with Raul. Like, this isn't some kid, this is somebody who knows what he's doing. And he was so proud of how he developed. Raul got married and asked me to be his best man. I was honored, and we go to the cathedral, they get married. I go, hey, Raul, this wedding's in Spanish. I don't know any Spanish. He said, just do what everybody else does. I go, okay. So I'm standing up there as the best man, and the priest says in Spanish, would you all please kneel? And I'm looking around, and then he looks at me and he goes in Spanish, please kneel. And I look at him and I go, and he goes, and I went, and finally Raul goes, Duel, you're supposed to kneel down. So I turn around and I'm the only person in the church standing. And they got married, but Raul was thinking, why did God give me the worst best man ever? But they did get married, and things went well. Raul was part of my wedding, and we got married. Charlotte and I got married at St. Simon's Island, Georgia. Jim Maroney was my best man, and he doesn't remember anything about the wedding. And as a matter of fact, anybody who says they remember anything were not there. It was a very, very festive occasion, and one of the rumors was that Raul and an SMU basketball player named Bob Arnold borrowed a security patrol car and went riding through the island with the lights on top. Now, this cannot be proven, so it never happened. However, if it could be corroborated, Raul, after the dinner tonight, Bishop Burns will meet you out back and give you one of your 2-hour confessions. Because you can't steal police cars. One day I called Raul and I said, I want to build a gymnasium for Our Lady of Perpetual Help. The second poorest parish in Dallas does not have a gym for the kids in school there. He goes, I'm in. Not only that, but I've been thinking the exact same thing. I want to build a gym for St. Mary of Carmel, which is the poorest parish in the diocese. And he goes, let's do it together. So we get together, we put together a committee, we have an event. Jim Maroney was our guest speaker. Aldea was opening at that point, so it was a grand opening party for Aldea. Ana Margaret came from Mexico. Anna Barbara, thank you. Anna Margaret. Anna Barbara came and performed, and it was great. And between the money we raised and Raul's friends, who did carpentry and electricity and plumbing and roofing and everything, it's just an amazing collection of people coming together, built the gym at St. Mary of Carmel. And it's a community center and a gym, and it transformed that whole part of town. And Raul did it. I was so proud of him. We waited a little bit longer before doing OLPH, and a couple of years later, Raul calls me and he goes, okay, you ready for OLPH? I go, I'm ready to go. He goes, good, there's nothing to do. I go, what do you mean? He said, I just got out of a meeting with the Cristo Charity Ball, and they are writing us a check for $800,000. It is done. The new gym for Our Lady of Perpetual Help is a reality. And I'm calling you because it was your idea. And I said, yeah, but I didn't do anything. And Raul kind of did it all. He and I worked together with Wayne Arnspiger, Jim Maroney, Pete Bibby. Thomas Howell was his attorney. And these guys got to watch as Raul's magic grew and grew and grew. Tonight is really the first night that a lot of people in Dallas get to see what he is, who he is, and I'm here to tell you that I'm just another guy who's so proud of him because he represents what's great about America. Raul gives back so much, and he doesn't take any credit, that he's really an inspiration. He makes our community better. He makes our diocese better. He makes our state better. He makes our country better. Him and guys like him are the fulfillment of the American dream. And we get to be in the same room with him and his people. And they are a great group of people. There's a video coming up that'll explain more of that. And so I will drift away and let you watch the video.